up, YouTubeites? Welcome into the CovrPrice Weekly Top 10 for the week ending August, 12th? Yeah, 2024. While you all are congregating, let's see, what do I want to put on today? How about some Ed Sheeran?
I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you.
It's official. Tuesday is here. Top 10 is here. Welcome, everybody. There's about 40 of you already waiting, so thank you guys. We were right on time, luckily. I was just telling the guys backstage that it's going to be an interesting show because I have a bit of a fever, but we're here because the top 10 you do not miss, right? Marty's not feeling well either, but he's taking the night off, so we have Chris filling in. Let's do a quick round table. Chris, we'll start with you. Say what's good to the people.
How's it going, everybody? Happy to be here, pinch hitting on a Tuesday night. Be sure to check us back here on Thursday. We'll go over the shakers of the week. But today we're talking about the biggest movers, the most sales of the week, the most interesting sales and books in quantity. So I'm looking forward to going over that with all you guys today.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Thank you for being in here. I appreciate it. It was like a last minute thing, and Chris had me, so that's awesome. Gabe, say what's up.
What's up, everybody? Shout out to CovrPrice for all the great information they got put together for this list this week. Me and Laura still got to talk about our bet from last week on the infamous Doctor Doom.
So I think the bet was that the price either held or had to have gone up. I think that's what you and I said last week, right?
We'll take a look. I just got done playing a bunch of Call of Duty. I drank a C4, so I'm overstimulated. A little over-caffeinated. I'm pretty wired up, so we're going to see what happens tonight. So it's going to be a fun show.
I feel bad for 8 a.m. Gabe tomorrow morning.
Oh, man, you mean 5:30 a.m. or it's in a rush to get the kids ready for school? Oh, yeah.
Well, there you have it. All right, let's jump right on, guys. Again, this is the top 10. This list reflects the last 7 days of actual aftermarket sales. The CovrPrice algorithms consider major sales, units sold, and percentage growth in deciding which comics make the list. Every week, we have a runner-up. What do we have this week?
All right, so starting off the runner-up this week. What if Iron Man, Demon in a Bottle... or Demon in Armor, excuse me. Number one, this is Marvel back in 2010. So last week, this book was number 5 on our top 10 list. Now it's slipped down. It's number 11, still on the list, but not holding where it was before. This week, there was tons of D23 news, and that news has pushed this book way down. The rumors surrounding Robert Downey Jr.'s casting has a little less fuel over the confirmed projects that came out of the D23 convention. This book is one of those prominent fan theories out there where Dr. Doom and Tony Stark switch minds. It is one of many theories about how the RDJ casting is going to play out, but it is one of our favorites. This book continues to generate tons of interest on the aftermarket. We've tracked 20 copies sold this week, 7-day growth of 1%, high sell of $204 for a near mint copy, and currently near mint raw is $96.
All right, before we continue, Gabe, can you show him your shirt? We need the weekly shirt reveal. What are you wearing?
Mega Man.
Very cool.
Nice.
Something that me and Matt can always kind of talk about and chill with is our love for Mega Man.
Awesome. You never disappoint with the shirts.
Oh.
Okay, so D23, what are you guys the most excited about? I'm just curious.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Dude, I am so excited for the Daredevil project. Daredevil on Netflix is like peak top tier Marvel anything. Everything. I think I measured it up to those 3 seasons of Daredevil. They got the cast back. There's a lot of weird stuff going on where they filmed 6 episodes and they were like, "Oh, this is garbage," and they scrapped it and started over.
Yeah.
Born Again. I'm excited for that. That's the
You're
one
like
thing.
the first person to say that that's what they're looking forward to. Like everybody I've talked to, you're like the first one. What about you, Chris?
Definitely Frozen the Broadway musical.
Wait, really?
No.
I'm like, okay, that's your thing.
I'm not going to judge. I'm all about that Toy Story 2 or 5.
Yeah,
Wait,
right.
you're the Toy Story 5? I didn't hear that.
There was a lot of really cool things at D23, and it's really hard to nail it down. But I'm going to agree with Gabe. Not so much just for Daredevil, but just to see the acceptance and the integration of the Netflix continuity. I think that if it's done well, it could be very enjoyable.
Yeah, I like Charlie Cox. So, all right, very good. So that's our first one. Almost made the list this week. We have What If Iron Man Demon in an Armor #1 with a top sale going for $204 raw and a 7-day trend of 1%. What do we have to officially kick off the list?
All right, kicking off the list, Laura, we have for number 10, Transformers #11, James Herron Thank You variant by Image, released just this week, I would imagine, or not even this week. This book hasn't even dropped yet, but it's already experiencing some heat. It is a major Transformers issue that already has a ton of fan interest. Image delivered a thank you variant for the incredible James Herron cover, homaging his work on Ultra Mega #1. On top of that, Ultra Mega is returning later this year, which fans have been dying for. This book scratches all of them itches. But will it be different? Will it be difficult to find with a substantial price tag? Good luck, collectors. We tracked 12 copies sold with a 7-day growth trend at 100% with a high sale of $130 for a near mint raw.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I think this cover is incredible. Awesome. I love Ultra Magnus. I love Transformers. I love the Transformers. The new comic is fantastic. Just the artwork of this. Like, I was like, oh, I saw this. And I was like, oh, let me go look it up. Like, oh, I'm not spending like $100 for this cover. Never mind. But it's dope.
I would put this print on my wall. This is
absolutely
amazing. Beautiful cover. Beautiful colors. Good stuff. All them itches.
Yeah, I've been liking the series too. I've only read, I think, 1 through 4 so far, but it's been good. It's been a solid read. Number 10, Transformer. #11, the James Herron Thank You. 1 per store. If you guys are, is it a 1 per store? Is that what it said?
I don't think it said 1 per store, but
typically it's like a 1 per store though. But anyway, raw sale going for $130, and it hasn't been dropped yet with 100% 7-day trend. What do we have for number 9?
Number 9, The Power Fantasy #1 by Caspar Ringard. It's another thank you variant. Thank you variants have been in an uptick in frequency over the last few years, typically enjoying a healthy aftermarket when they do drop. The hype for the series has already building before it was released. Some fans were after the Chase variant, while others were in search of this one. It quickly separated itself from the rest of the pack as being the variant to secure. We've tracked 9 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 100%. High sell is $118 for a near mint copy, and currently $86 for near mint raw.
Okay. This one has an interesting premise. So there's 6 people on Earth, and the planet's survival relies on them, right? So it's kind of an interesting storyline. I haven't picked this up. Have you? Either of you read this?
No, this is new to me.
I mean, it's intriguing. It's definitely intriguing. I wonder if it's selling because of the fact that it's a good story, or just because it's a one per store.
So if we could just talk 1 second about this
Oh wait, hold on.
thing.
Pause real quick. This is not a one per store.
Okay. There's like the specific shops that supported the book. So interesting. Because if it was one per store, then that means that there's probably a print run of around 5,000. But if it's even more limited than that, then you could estimate probably a third of that, and maybe we're looking at 1,200 copies total. That's interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's all speculating, right? We have no real clue here.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what they mean by supported, right? Did they do something? Did they order a certain amount? And they're like, all right, anybody that ordered over like 50 copies, we're going to send one out. Like, who knows, right? But that's kind of what makes these way cool. I've been in stores where they would get these kinds of things, and it's always a surprise, and you never know what to kind of price it out as. It's always a very the market kind of dictates the prices on these types of books. They're very cool.
We got CovrPrice in the chat saying it's going to be much lower than what you were predicting, Chris. So this would definitely be one of those rare books that could easily become a ghost, and you just don't see him again.
Well, this is one of those cases where it would instantly hit the diamond status or the gem status on CovrPrice because it's so rare.
Yeah, for sure. All right, number 9, the Power Fantasy number 1. The thank you, not one per store, but just whichever store supported the title, with a top sale going for $118 and a 7-day trend of 100%. What do we have for number 8?
For number 8, and I'm going to reference Nugget's comment there. If you put it up, thank you. You used to be able to buy this for a shiny nickel. It is Iron Man Volume 2, number 11. In Marvel, September 1997. This was during the Heroes Reborn series.
Oh,
Doom. We can hardly escape this iconic villain, but that's the point, right? Doom plays heavily into the future of the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe, considering the fact that the actor they attached to the character is none other than Robert Downey Jr. of a lot of fame, but we'll go with Iron Man. His iconic covers have been on a tear, and this book is no different. One of Doom's most iconic covers hails from Mike Zeck and has been a fan favorite for years. However, some who attended D23 believe that the plan Marvel is enacting may involve Doom, Battleworld, and the Future Foundation. Things will be clarified over time as more information is released, but the current unsubstantiated evidence is stating to narrow the path for collectors in a big way. We tracked 33 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 16%, with a high sale of $275 for CGC 9.8 and a current very fine condition raw dog of $26. And you know what? 9.8 in these Heroes Reborn books, I remember they were very pretty, but the paper quality was garbage.
Yeah, it's interesting to see this one popping back up. Well, this was on last week, but I don't remember what number it was.
It was higher up. It was like 3 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, so it took a little bit of a dive there, but a couple people made it on the board. What do you have to say about this one, Gabe?
I love the cover. I love Heroes Reborn. I love everything that they did with this, and Wiz Patachio on this cover. I'm just shocked and surprised and overwhelmed and happy to see anything from this era that people usually kind of kick dirt on.
Yeah,
showing some interest and some love in the aftermarket. There's not much in this issue, if I remember right, that has anything really to do with Doom. So it's really just shows that people are trying to just grab everything Dr. Doom cover-wise out there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A couple of these and very fine. I think that I would accept $25 for mine. I think I'll probably put mine up on eBay.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, I think. Number 8, Iron Man Volume 2, number 11, a top sale raw, $25, with a 7-day trend of 9%. There are 73 of you in the house right now. Make sure you do me a favor and like the show, subscribe to the show, and share it out. It helps so much. All right, what do we have for number 7? This one.
Oh, here we go again. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, Volume 1, number 10. This is the direct market cover. February 1985. So right afterwards of my good old favorite character from Invader Zim, Gur, we got doomed and doomed and doomed and doom. We can hardly escape the iconic villain, but that's the point. Doom plays heavily into future Disney Marvel plans, considering the fact the actor they attached to the character is Robert Downey Jr.
Wait, Gabe, are you reading the same one that was just up?
I think they might have copy pasted it.
That's right.
I think they did. So why don't you just come up? You're going to ad lib why this book is on here this week.
So this is on here this week. Again, we're talking about Doom. You cannot escape Doctor Doom. If you're not a fan of Doctor Doom, 1, you're wrong. 2, you're very wrong. 3, you might as well just enjoy it because we're going to be talking about Doom for years and years and years to come. This is an amazing, iconic Mike Zeck cover. I mentioned it before that this is also such an iconic image that Sanford Green used this image as well on his cover of Doom #1. This is the first series of Secret Wars. This is the issue where, spoilers, Doom gets the powers of the Beyonder, and that's such a critical point, just a critical peak of that storyline. If you're looking for Doctor Doom coolness, this is definitely a book you're going to want to have. I love it. I think it's amazing. I'm sure that we've tracked like 1,000 copies sold this week with a trend of 30 million% going up because now everybody has this book on their radar. According to this, 9/8, $275, still rocking that almost $300 mark.
Well, I think that's what happened with the reads here. I think that the last one that we were talking about, this, the one that Chris read, actually went with this book. So we could say that there were 33 copies sold on a 7-day trend of 16%, because this is the Zeck one. So
right. So looking at the Heroes Reborn one, I went to the site to get some more metrics. Top weekly sales for the Heroes Reborn Iron Man #11 was $25 for a near mint, with a most common raw of about $5. So it's a little bit different, but both covers are cool. And in the words of our good friend TiVo, hey, buy what you like, right?
Yep, definitely. And technical difficulties are always part of the show, right? Well done, Gabe. You nailed it. All right, there you go. #7, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #10, the direct edition with a 9.8 coming in at $175 with a 7-day trend of 16%. Let's just keep on cruising. What do we have for 6?
All right, so for #6, we're right in the middle of our list. I am going to implore those of you in the chat to like, share, and subscribe. Do your due diligence. Hit that bell icon. Put in the comments, feel better, Queen Laura. Send her flowers and subscribe to this channel, because we are just now, these last 2 weeks, reaching and eclipsing the original Lords of the Long Box exposure. And when it comes to show to show,
finally finding us here. They're finally seeing we're here.
And that is due to the liking, the sharing, and subscribing. You guys coax the algorithm into splashing the show onto front pages. So I appreciate it. And hey, we're never going to beg you to go onto Patreon. We're never going to ask you to give us $1 to see your comment on the screen. We're never going to do any of those humper chats or anything like that. You're part of the community, and we love having you here. And you can help spread it by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Okay, number 6.
There you go. Well done.
Deadpool #31 from Marvel in July 2014. This is an awesome cover. Eli Camacho isn't a household name, but she is getting there. As the daughter of Deadpool, she has big shoes to fill. She will be getting her chance in October when she is set to be the new Deadpool in issue #7. As a product of a one-night stand, which was later abandoned by the goofball Wade Wilson, there are bound to be some major moments coming up for the character. With her new role on the horizon, fans were quickly to secure her first appearance. We track 17 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 19%, with a high sale of $160 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw of $23.
Hey, I'm on the board. I have this one.
I don't really know anything about Ellie Comancho, and I didn't know that she was abandoned by Wade Wilson. That's kind of messed up.
It's probably for the better.
Yeah, right. She probably did her a favor. It's kind of a controversial character. I feel like you either are a fan of Ellie or you're not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me about Ellie. Is she like half cyborg or something? I mean, what am I looking at on the cover here? Or is that not her?
I don't think the cover has anything to do with her. I think she had like a small appearance in this book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm dying in the background.
And it's just that like they're killing Deadpool. They're going to replace Deadpool with her. That always kind of grinds my gears, and that never kind of really works.
Yeah, just hold your breath for 10 seconds and he'll be back.
Well, that's part of the controversy, right? That it's kind of lazy, I guess would be the word. But anyway,
anytime a character gets really popular, they do that lately. I mean, they did it with Captain America, but they killed him off, and then he was back, and then they're going to do it with Deadpool too. It's a normal thing. I mean, even Wolverine was killed off.
It really creams my
popularity in Logan.
That's awesome. All right, here we go. Number 6, Deadpool number 31, a CGC coming in at $160. Sorry, a 7-day trend of 19%. I'm so sorry. Let's move on to number 5.
I'm
just distracted by that little squeaky noise going on in the background.
Ever, my goodness.
Somebody ran over a dog.
I was trying not to. Okay, go ahead. Number 5.
All good. Let's do it. All right, number 5. Look at this. We're talking back issues. Avengers Volume 1, number 25, 1966. We don't know what capacity Robert Downey Jr. will be in the role of Dr. Doom. There are just way too many variables that can make it too difficult to predict right now. But some information has helped fans formulate strong opinions. One is that the Russo brothers will be returning to direct future Avengers films. Considering they directed the highest grossing and most beloved Avenger films to date, it makes some believe we have an Avengers versus Dr. Doom in store for us. That may come to pass, or it may not, but that has not stopped fans from securing the first battle between Dr. Doom and the Avengers. And for a 12-cent early Avengers book, pricing isn't half bad. We've tracked 21 copies sold, 7-day growth of 111%, high sell $796 for a CGC 8.5, and current VG very good raw copies. You can get one of those for about $85 now.
I'm glad to see this back. This was your favorite last week, and I think it was mine as well. This is a cool book. Like, if you guys can track it down, that's $85 well spent, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember I think we covered this in the Shaker report when we went to the website last Thursday as well. We were looking at all the different variants in the foreign covers. Yeah. This is an awesome book. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. This is awesome. Gabe, do you have this?
I don't have this. No.
No, you don't. Okay.
No.
Bummer. We'll have to track you one down. Number 5, The Avengers, number 25, with a CGC 8.5 coming in at a whopping $796. 7-day growth trend of 111%. What do we have for number 4? I sold this way too early, and I'm kicking myself for it. I sold it for dirt cheap, and I regret it.
When did you sell, Laura?
Oh gosh, it was on the Near Nirvana live sale. Somebody in the chat right now probably bought it from me. It was probably 6 months ago.
Okay, because right now I have this at a sell. If you have this, sell it. Hulk number 1, Ed McGuinness regular cover by Marvel in March 2008. We had our first hint of Red Hulk a few weeks ago when the first trailer for Captain America: Brave New World finally dropped. Those who were in attendance for D23 got another sneak peek at the Red Hulk in action. The video quickly leaked online, and for those who saw them before, they were scrubbed from the internet, and online was awash with conversation. If the market has any indication, it was a good conversation, as the first appearance of Red Hulk has been changing hands in droves. We've tracked 37 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 33%, high sale of 305 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a current near mint raw of $90. Now, I am on the sell this side of the street, because I think we discussed in a previous show, this isn't actually his first appearance. He's just on the cover. He's not in the story, right?
Correct.
That's correct.
Yeah. So I am of the opinion that this is simply an advertisement for a future character, and that he is not. This doesn't count as his first appearance, in my opinion. Maybe a cameo, maybe a cover cameo, but I think that when history is written and the winners have done it, this will not be considered the first appearance. It'll be his actual in-story appearance.
What did you guys think of the trailer? I was a little hesitant about seeing Harrison Ford. I think I told you guys on a previous show that he's a little bit too seasoned. And so I was like, I wasn't sure if he'd be able to pull it off. What did you guys think?
It's a cell phone in a crowd at a dramatic angle of a trailer that you can't really tell the quality of the graphics. I just need to see it myself. I can't tell from the leak.
Gabe.
I'm excited for it. Harrison Ford, even though he might be a little extra seasoned, I think that's the right kind of actor, and he brings that gravitas that we need for this type of character. Plus, it's Red Hulk, right? It's going to be all CGI, and all that really matters. All I care about is I just want to see him just smash and kick some butt. That's all it is. Now the question really is are we going to see Red Hulk after this? Like how involved is Harrison Ford going to be in the future with this character? Is what I mean.
Thunderbolt Ross is supposed to be the president, right? That's the story in Brave New World. He's the president. So we're going to have President Hulk.
Well, that's what we see in the in that bootleg kind of trailer, right? Is that he first transforms into Red Hulk while at the pulpit, right? Well, he's on. We have an orange. We've had an orange president in real life. Why not a red one in fiction?
Yeah, I read somewhere that if you eat a lot of carrots, you turn orange, and somebody's like, "Oh, Trump must eat a lot of carrots." I thought that was.
I don't see a lot of orange bunnies, so I don't know if that's true.
I had to think about that. I'm like, wait, what? You're stupid. Number 4, Hulk number 1, Ed McGuinness. CGC 9.8 coming in at $305 with a 7-day trend of 33%. What do we have for number 3?
Number 3, I don't know. It's the exact same thing for the Power Fantasy number. Oh, is it different?
Yeah, it's different.
Okay. It just has like the same title. Power Fantasy number 1, Casper Ringard. Oh, this is the Chase. Okay, excuse me. Yeah. This is the Chase cover, August 2024. It wasn't long before word got out about this highly anticipated new series receiving a Chase variant. Chase variants typically urge collectors to chase after a rarer version of the original release. Think of it as a ratio variant without the ratio. Most are familiar with Funko, who creates a line of Spider-Man Funko Pops that all look similar. However, they quietly released a variant or chase version that may have different coloring, an extra accessory, pose, or something to help differentiate it from the original or normal versions. Normally, being a rarer version causes those on the hunt for it to either pay up to secure it or keep on hunting even harder. In comics, it's not a regular occurrence. So when word began to spread, fans took notice and kept their eyes peeled. Some who succeeded at finding a copy were quick to list it online, causing an aftermarket surge and letting those who missed out get a shot. We track 33 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 100%, high sell of $30 for a near mint copy, and current near mint raw is $16.
I'm with King of the Golden State. I still know nothing about the series. I hadn't heard anything about this, so it's kind of, I don't know,
So
odd for
I
me.
did some Google foo because having a book go up twice in one list is interesting to me from a metric standpoint. And I think that the story is going to be what's driving this. I'm getting the same kind of vibes as we saw from like 8 Billion Genies, where it's kind of a really cool, intriguing story and everybody's really into it. So I did some searching, and the author is, I'm going to mess this up, Chiron Gillen, who also did Young Avengers, The Wicked and Divine, and most importantly, Star Wars Dr. Arfa, which was an amazing addition to the Star Wars
Wicked and
canon.
Divine was really good too.
Yeah. This writer has a lot of really good work behind him. He is from the video game industry, which is really cool. And he's bringing a unique perspective and a unique twist to comic stories into the industry. And he's had a lot of hits in the past. So I bet that this is going to be one of those stories like 8 Billion Genies, and it's just gonna get a lot of attention because it's a fun read. And I think I got to go to my LCS and Third Eye Comics and go pick one of these up this weekend.
I think that you are right. Read the tea leaves, folks. Read the tea leaves and go pick this up while you still can before it becomes so out of reach that you're just like, damn, I missed it. We're letting you guys know now. All right,
I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. Okay, I found the difference between the covers. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me look. What number was it on? Oh, here. Oh, it's a big difference.
Oh no, that's yeah. But there's the standard cover, and then there's the space, which are like I was saying in the notes. It's very similar with some like small differences. So what it really is that the standard there's a box around the title of the Power Fantasy, and then this chase. So comic shops are probably not going to notice it. People are probably not going to notice it when they list it. So keep an eye out. If it's all white on top here, like you see, that's the chase. That's the one you're going to want to look for if you're looking for chase variants. If it has like a box, if it's kind of boxed off a little bit, that's the standard cover, and that one's icky. You don't want it. You want the chase.
Good to know. Look at Gabe. What did Tio used to call me? Big Brain Betty. Big Brain Gabe over there, dropping knowledge you guys need to know. Number 3, the Power Fantasy number 1. This is the chase variant, and you just heard why. A raw going for 30, 7-day trend of 100%. If you get invested in the story and you think it's one that could eventually become something, buy it now while you still can. And what do we have for number 2?
All right. It's a great big X. It's the Uncanny X-Men, volume number 1, number 251. Marvel, 1989, and spoiler warning. You know what? No spoiler warning. Deadpool's been out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. If you haven't seen it and you're still trying to avoid spoilers, it's your own damn fault. It's not my fault. If you know, you know. Of course, this classic Mark Silvestri cover was brought back to the forefront thanks to that scene in Deadpool and Wolverine when he is hopping universes looking for Wolvies to replace the dead Anchor. Despite the push brought on, this book was heating up for weeks before it was released. Part of that was the rumor swirling regarding the association with the film, but the flip side was the sheer mass of people discovering it for the first time. It has a got to have it effect on the fans, as it is just that good. And I agree. It is just that damn good. We tracked 59 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of, 0%, but it's a lot of numbers sold, with a high sale of $314 and a CGC 9.8 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a current fine copy raw of $35. I got a couple of these. These are beautiful covers. I love this cover. I have the newsstand and the direct edition. It is nice. They this last week they released a foil reprint, which just looks amazing.
Oh,
I
Gabe
didn't pick it
loves foil. That's his favorite.
up.
I hate it. I fart in the direction of foils.
Yeah, well,
You guys should see his face in the background. He's like, oh, jump to the screen.
but yeah, hey, this is a cool book. I've got a feeling that this is going to be one of those iconic covers for Wolverine that just sticks around at a high price because it got attention and it deserves it just because of how nice the art is.
Yeah, Gabe.
I agree. Everything Chris said. I mean, this is staying on the list, which is fantastic to see. It's an iconic cover. It's Mark Silvestri. It was just kind of like a dollar bin, whatever kind of book for the longest time. And it's good to see that there is some attention going for this book. It's great.
Yeah.
Read it too, guys. Don't just get the covers. It's a really cool book of Wolverine just hallucinating on the X. So enjoy it. Read it.
Yeah, I this is one of the ones I read because of you, actually. You
Yeah.
told me that this was such a good series, so I went and tracked it down. This was a while ago, but yeah, very cool to see this on the list. Number 2, the Uncanny X-Men, number 251, a CGC 9.8 coming in for, I think, reasonable, $300 roughly, 0% trend. So most we're just looking at the high sales. All right, we have 88 people. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment after the show is over because it helps us grow. But last but not least, what do we have for number 1 of the weekly top 10?
All right. It's Uncanny X-Men number 1. This is the Jim Lee hidden variant, 1 in 50. So it's a new X-Men run, new X-Men. That's right. We have a new team of sorts in the Outliers, consisting of teenage mutants, Deathstream, Ransom, Jitter, and Calico, led by Rogue. This variant cover by Jim Lee is quite fitting. The fandom loves Jim Lee's work, especially thanks to the nostalgia factor from his fantastic work on the 90s X-Men. When he delivers a rendition of Rogue like this, fans line up in a hurry to secure a copy. We track 65 copies sold, 7-day growth of 24%, high sale of $133 for a near mint copy, and current near mint raw is going for $83.
Oh, I like this game. I like it a lot.
I'm glad you like it, Laura.
Do you?
No.
Why?
I love Jim Lee. He's one of my favorite X-Men artists. Her neck is way too long. It creeps me out.
That's what you're looking at? Her neck?
Yeah. I'm typically, yeah. Her neck's too long. I'm not a fan of when they take like an old pinup and use it as a cover. Like it seems just kind of laziness to me. Like it's not cover quality to me. I don't think it's that. It was a pinup. It's kind of like it wasn't cover quality when it was first originally drawn, and now it's kind of being used as a cover. Peace and love. I hope everybody loves it. Who loves it? Just isn't doing it for me.
I'm surprised. I like that you're so honest though. Like I think that's what makes this whole thing so much fun. I'm kind of with Brett on this. It's not his best by any means. I almost feel like it would have been better without color, just black and white.
Yeah,
I think it would have been better if she just kind of lowered her neck so she didn't look like a pest defense.
I mean, this is definitely giraffe Rogue here.
Hair's cool.
She's got. I mean, okay. She's got a lot of hair too. I mean, that is a lot of volume of hair that's going on there. I also like him, but I mean, Rogue is single-handedly keeping the Marvel Universe textile industry alive because she goes through more costumes than anybody else, and it's the most detrimental for her because the nature of her powers. You would think that she would definitely invest in something a little more sturdy so she doesn't accidentally brush up against her teammates. But,
I guess
okay,
it's occupational hazard.
whatever. But she's got this long neck, big, huge, bushy, 105-pound hairdo going on.
That's a lot of moose in that hair. I guarantee it.
Right.
Being from the
Yeah.
90s.
Probably reindeer as well.
Oh my God. Number 1, Uncanny X-Men. Number 1, the Jim Lee Hidden Gem, 1 in 50. Whether you love it or not, it's still sold this week for $133. So we're almost at 3 times ratio with a 7-day trend of 24%. Yeah, that was it for us for tonight, guys. I think after we get off here, I'm gonna go take a bunch of NyQuil because I don't want to be
There you
sick.
go.
Tomorrow's my birthday, actually. I'm turning 40 tomorrow.
Oh, well.
And I don't want to
Congratulations.
be
Happy
sick
birthday.
on my birthday. I'm like, don't want to be like feeling like crap. So
Well,
Pound that
you-
NyQuil, go into a different dimension, and wake up feeling better.
going to
I chug it. I take that little. I get that little cup, right, and I chuck it in the trash, and I just bottoms up the NyQuil until.
I'm so glad you
I
said
don't
that
know
because
what's
who uses the little cup anymore? You don't even need the cup. You
No.
can just.
I chug like half the bottle.
I'm so concerned about both of you.
You don't do that. That little cup is like pointless. I just get rid of it. And you don't want to keep it anyway because then it's all full of like your sick germs, and you put it back in the cabinet. And next time you're sick,
Out. What are you doing?
even if you rinse it out, it's still contaminated.
I put it in a beer bong, and I'm just like in college again. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, guys, let's do a quick round table. We'll start with you, Chris. Again, say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for having me on, Laura. I hope you feel better, and happy birthday tomorrow. My birthday's
Thank
in
you.
like 2 weeks, so I'm not that far after you. We are birthday twins. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me, you can hit me at Dr. Yo-Yo on Instagram. There's a link tree in my bio. You can check out the stuff that I sell on my eBay store. I make shirts. I made this one. Good stuff. And hey, keep digging those long boxes, right? I love this show, and I love being part of it. So thank you very much.
Oh, we like having you in there. Thank you again for filling in for Marty. I know he appreciates it. Gabe, say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, everybody. I wish I was sick. I'm gonna pound some NyQuil. That sounds.
I kind of look forward to being sick just so I can take NyQuil. I'm like, now I don't feel bad if I go.
You'd be a crazy person. Take NyQuil and DayQuil at the same time, and just be like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
Let's get a humidifier and a dehumidifier.
Yeah. Uppers and downers.
That's terrible.
Like,
That's a terrible
Hunter
idea.
Thompson on a binge. But thanks everybody for showing up. Always watching the show. Like this show, these shows are really racking up some really good numbers. Like we're talking about like 1,000, 1,200 views, and that's all thanks to you guys for showing up and having a good time with us. And that's what it's all about.
We can't do this without an audience.
Amen to that. All right, guys. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. We will be back this Thursday for the Shaker Show, so make sure you tune in for that. In the meantime, we will see you guys later. Have a good night.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.